Good evening and welcome to Orca News. The headlines. The updates on the 2021 Landova elections. The Medicinal Regulatory Agency approves the Pfizer vaccine. And Orca News monthly newspapers have released. Updates and procedures on the elections tomorrow will be reported by Paul Wanders.
The 2021 elections is set to begin tomorrow. From that, the debate last January 30th received a high percentage of viewer shares from the evening of 9 to 10:30. Despite the weather and the pandemic, the Landovian Congress took the risk and opportunity to conduct the debate. The said debate lasted for 40 minutes in time. For tomorrow's elections, polling booths are set to open by 7 in the morning and to be closed at 8 in the evening. The different polling booths will be located in the following. For residents of Old Massa Village, Commerce Valley Terraces Village, Flat Hills Village, and Frostley Village, the polling area will be at Sentiment Wooden Hotel in Flat Hills Village. For residents of White Tone Village and Plainsfield City, the polling area will be on the 5th floor of Plainsfield Central Condominium in Plainsfield City. For residents of Sonomo City, the polling area will be at a building in front of Starbucks at Middleton Avenue corner Prodicano Street. And for the residents of Shottler and Picot City, the polling area will be at the annexed building of Shottler Police Station at Pembroke Boulevard corner Turtle Street. The guidelines for voters. Voters are not allowed to bring excessive and expensive items in the polling area. Security will be managing the area. And voters will be given tests for COVID-19 for contact tracing in case of possible new cases in a jurisdiction. The time allotted for voting in the precinct is only for about 10 minutes. Exceeding time will be requested to leave the premises for safety measures. The procedures for voting are the following. When coming into the precinct, please register at the counter area. The person in charge or the election officer will give you the ballot. In the ballot, there will be an assigned serial number of the ballot. After registering, write in your serial number of your ballot from the registration paper. After writing the corresponding needs in the registration, the election officer will take you to the polling area where you will be seated and you will be casting your vote. In the ballot provided, there are certain instructions that you will see. First is that use a black pen or pencil to fill in the oval which the polling area on the table will be provided. The second is to vote, fill in the oval at the side of your preferred candidate. The third is, do not vote for 2 or more candidates in an office, this will be marked void and invalid. Fourth is that if you make a mistake, tear, or deface the ballot, you may return the ballot to the election official or person in charge and ask for another ballot. And finally, if you are done voting, write in your signature at the bottom and you may drop the ballot to the ballot box or drop box that will be seen beside the registrar area. Important notes in the ballot are first, any unnecessary markings and/or multiple votes on the ballot will be marked void. And any illegal or unwanted actions in the voting room and on the ballot will be held liable for charges. Those are the procedures in voting for tomorrow's elections. The Congress has issued that the vote count must be done only for an hour, beginning from 9 until 10 in the evening. This is to proclaim the winning results for the elections. For that, Orca News will be live at 9 p.m. tomorrow for our special coverage. You can watch our live coverage from our channel and Landovians YouTube channel. This is Paul Wanders reporting for Orca News.
Here's our weather for tomorrow. The Medicinal Regulatory Agency with the Health Department has approved the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine for emergency use authorization in Landova. The Pfizer vaccine of 50,000 doses is expected to arrive by June 2021. The Health Department has acknowledged the best efforts made by the pharmaceutical company. The next administration will determine the handling and distribution of the vaccine. It is most likely that health care workers will be given first based on reports and statements from the legislature. Meanwhile, the coronavirus pandemic worldwide has plunged up to 100 million total cases, with the United States leading. Landova hasn't reported any new cases for the past 3 months, yet the health department stated that health protocols and measures still must be followed and be prevailed, especially for tomorrow's elections. Voters must be in good health conditions when coming to the polling area. Orca News has finally released its first monthly edition of our newspapers. You can now buy our newspapers at any coffee shops and convenience stores in Landova for only a price of 10 cents. You can also view our newspaper on Landovadev's Twitter page. Our publishing staff is still looking for writers, publishers, and editorial for our newspapers. Advertising is open for our newspapers. You may inquire about your advertisement for publishing by coming to our main office in Pai Kot City for more details. And that's it for tonight's news. This is Louis Barnes reporting for Orca News. Good evening, everyone.